Good evening, and welcome to the Heikadelic Show. We would like to take this moment to let you know that viewer and listener discretion is strongly advised. So sit back, have yourself a nice cool drink or hot drink, and enjoy the show. And welcome once again to the Heikadelic Show.
Oh, hey, there's everybody. Look at that.
Yeah,
there we are.
Nice
to see you again, Ringo and George, and always a pleasure to have you on, Junior. It's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
And then there was 4.
Yeah, it feels better, doesn't it? It fills up the screen better.
I put an invite out to Derek, as I do pretty much every week. So
yeah.
We'll see.
Well,
he's
you guys
down southwards.
As a Philly,
he's down southwards. It's really hot.
He's living the life right now.
Oh, is he? Is
yeah,
that where
he is. He's down south in the sunshine.
Oh, geez, I hate him now.
I know. See, so let's not talk about it anymore.
Right.
No, let's just.
But hang on. You have to keep the calendar, so spring is around the corner. So,
It is.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Days
are
are getting
you?
longer.
And welcome, fans, to another edition of the Heikadelic Show. Here we go once more. Look at that. Kathy's number 1 again. All right, girl. We're going to call her a super fan.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's always
I've
nice.
asked her to come on, and she's not. She's a little shy, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Camera shy. She camera shy. Come on, Kathy.
She's not.
We need some eye candy on here. So all the time.
Well, that's what all the ladies said you are, George.
I know. That's how bad it is. The depths we have plummeted to.
You know how popular you are at my mom's senior home, Shady Pines.
All right. Hello, Mrs. Ringo. Oh, you're all right.
Yeah.
Good to see you again.
Shady Pines. Ooh.
Maybe it was
what was on there
a few weeks ago that George used to be. He wasn't a DJ. He was a male stripper.
I was mistaken for one.
Yeah,
very briefly.
With that in mind, I'll quickly say this just because it's right here handy. I think we're brothers from another mother, George. Here, I'll show you why. I've been fooling with my music room, but here, I'll show you why.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
Look
what do you think, boys?
What do you think? 1981.
What do you think, guys?
I love the hair, man. Holy crap.
Hey?
That's like perfect. The hair.
Wow.
You guys, the hair is like perfect.
Yeah, well, it's ironic that you're right, George. It wasn't that when did you guys have mustaches in the 80s? Come on, Ringo. You were
I had a mustache at birth, yeah.
I called it the flavor saver, but
back when I was doing voiceover work, it's ironic that they still wanted pictures. So actually, my hair is in a ponytail there, so that's why it looks like I have short.
Let's have another look there, Junior.
Okay. All right.
Wow. I saw George looking in the mirror in 1981.
You look like a doctor on a soap opera.
Yeah. I actually secretly have some videos that are out there.
You spoke to Leclerc on.
It's not about me anyway, but
That's
you
funny.
had that. We're brothers from another mother there, George.
I think we are, yeah.
I always joked, George, seriously, brother, over the years, because I've always had a lot of English friends, and because I only smoke cannabis, I always said to him that I knew it was the best stuff when about midnight I would start talking English, and I don't fucking want to know why.
There you go.
I haven't got a bloody clue. I don't
You
even
know,
know how close it is to English, but it just seems to come out of me.
we got separated at birth, I think.
Could have been, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
That's
anyway,
funny.
I just happened to find that, so I thought I got to show
That's
you
great.
boys this. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Separated at birth.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
That's great.
You know, when I was an escort back in the
See, this is how
A
you
a limo
make
wasn't the
money,
only
eh,
big thing
Ringo?
that I drove, but you know,
Oh, shady past. Oh, shady past.
but you had to have.
I love
Just in case anybody's thirsty.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
All right.
Ringo, what am I drinking?
Powerade
That's it.
with some ice.
Actually, tonight we're keeping it rock and roll here. Back on the Trooper beer.
Oh, you got the Trooper. Yeah, nice.
The Trooper
Very
tonight.
good.
But look at this, Junior. Talking about showing things. Hang on.
Yes, please.
I've
Oh,
had
I
these
love
since
that
before
poster in the
Christmas.
background while we're waiting there, by the way, Ringo. Let me go. Really cool.
I picked these up before Christmas. Look at those beers, baby.
Oh, you're showing my birthday gift next month. Thank you very much.
Nice. Look at that.
Yeah.
Rush.
Oh,
Yeah.
fans of the Heikadelic show, he's showing Junior's birthday gift next month.
This is what
Yeah,
Junior
there you
wants for his
go.
birthday.
There you
Nice.
go.
Yes. That's
There's
thank
4
you.
different brews there.
That's very cool.
Swag. Do we ever know about swag, eh, Ringo?
Oh, yeah. It's 4 different
Yeah, I've
flavors.
got the Trooper beers and the Iron Maiden beers.
I don't understand the Trooper thing. Is that you mean as in the band, or it's just called?
Yeah.
No, it's
Eh,
no the Iron
It's got a
Maiden.
glare on it there from what I'm seeing there. I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Yeah,
the like, is
There's
it
Eddie.
like the
There's Eddie.
band?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Eddie.
Yeah, it's actually Iron Maiden's beer.
Oh, I get it. Oh, I get you now. Sorry, no, the glare was on there. Okay,
Oh, sorry,
I'm
hang on.
confused. Yes, of course, yes. No, it's not you. It's just that light there. No worries. I got it now, George.
Got it?
Wow.
Yeah.
So many bands have marketed themselves in different aspects. You've got to wonder, now that I'm saying that, do you think all of them really know? They must know. Or it is theirs, do you think?
What?
The bands
Yes.
that
Yeah, it's official. Yeah, it's official. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's brewed in Yorkshire
I'm
at
coming up
Robinson's
with my own
Brewery.
beer,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I know where
Wow.
that is. You should, yeah.
Same
I
as
knew where
There's
that
Ron Thal Bumblefoot. You're familiar, Ringo?
Yeah.
10 years with Guns N' Roses. This is when
Yeah.
they did the show with Russ Dwarf of the Killer Dwarfs at the Rock Pile, of course. But anyway, he's big time into a hot sauce. He sells it all over the world.
I think.
Oh, right on.
These guys really put themselves into different types of projects.
Well, actually, the AC/DC tribute band, AC/DC Canada, I guess, they have a hot sauce out now.
Yeah.
I'm putting out Ringo's Revenge. It's a beer. It's a.
Don't cut me off. I'll be back in
I
2
like the
seconds. I'll
name.
just show you something here. Hang on.
Absolutely, guys, we're on our show. Gee whiz. Or your show, I should say. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. I'm getting ready.
Yeah,
for
there's a lot of bands and even movies like TV shows. They're putting out beers and wines and all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like if you ever watch Game of Thrones, they have actually 2
Don't.
collections of beer, and it's made like the old mead used to be made way back in the day. Goes by the old recipes,
Okay.
and yeah, I have all those bottles. They're very
Wow.
very cool looking too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you can pretty much self-label anything now, right? So.
Yeah.
Well, I would wonder, Ringo, similar. We've talked about it before in this fact about people not buying music if they've labeled themselves on all this. I'll call it swag or other ways to make some monies because of.
Yeah.
It seems to be that way.
Well, I mean, bands for the longest time made more, a good portion of their money on merch. So when
Of course.
they were out touring, they were selling merch, and they'd actually make more than they would on album sales. Like,
Yes, that's very, very
There
true.
was
Yeah.
a day when your album could be, sold and not ripped off and everything.
Other than, of course, the prime of when we were growing up, that was a different world and market altogether. But you're right, Ringo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like George is kind of an expert in that field. Like the fact that sometimes when he talks about albums and that,
There,
that's
ACDC.
cool. That's cool.
ACDC beer. We've done them all here.
Nice.
You'd wait until your favorite band released an album, and then you go. You'd want the vinyl, the packaging could
Yeah.
be something that's
Yeah.
a dual fold or a trifold, like
Yeah.
Pink Floyd The
I
Wall.
live for it. I live for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pink Floyd The Wall. I thought that was so brilliant with that artwork on it.
Yeah.
It just haunted me forever. And I went to a place called I think it's like Deja Vu Records, and
Right.
so they've got a lot of recycled records and CDs.
I
So
know of the
bought
company for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's out in there's one in Ajax, and I think there's one in Oshawa. But
yeah.
I got a
Been around a long time. A long time, that company,
There's
right?
one in Scarborough. There used to be just at Kennedy in the
Scarborough.
401. Yeah, used to go there as well.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
go ahead,
Yeah.
Ringo. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got the Wall, but I got into this little stint where I was buying. I bought AC/DC Back in Black and all CD versions to put in the Beamer, right? And
Yep.
it's pretty cool because you put the CD in and it uploads everything into the car. So I've got like a bunch of songs. I got into buying that, and now I've got bunch of albums sitting on the floor, so I've got an old JVC stereo that I had, and beautiful stereo, and got the turntable.
Mine's up in the closet here. I'm doing all that. Yes, for sure. I'm laughing with you.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. I haven't done it for a while, but when you can pull out an old album
Yes.
or a bunch of old albums and just sit and
I
something to drink
said it actually. You know what? Last time I was on, this is what I was saying to you, buddy, about you singing. You didn't seem to get that question. Heiko got it about that first time that you. Hey, remember Heiko? That first time, what it felt to sing a song. All of this has been like that for me. Actually, if I can I share something right now? Or are you doing the backside? I just don't want to get into too much.
No, we'll get to that. Go ahead.
Oh, the backside can wait.
Oh, okay, no worries.
Yeah, George is sitting on it right now.
We're sitting on it for now. Yeah, we'll sit on that one for a bit.
And if I've already shared this, please stop me because it could be the schemo brain. But what I'm saying is, I was able to get a call from an old friend. They ask you, well, Heiko, on that side, and I ring, and not that George does, but anyway, they ask you standard questions through all this thing that I'm going through, and you give me kind of standard answers. But when you have a friend call you that's been through it, it's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
So
absolutely.
And this is a long-time friend. I brought him up before. He actually moved here. I guess it's going to, what did he say, 15 years ago to die because he had a serious thing with his health. But anyway, he's still alive.
Wow.
But anyway, he's only got one lung. His wife has been the backup singer and went to school with Bob Seger. I brought this person up before. So anyway, the point being is I digress on that. When we were able to talk, because he's like a brother, I had at the end of this 3-hour conversation, because we hadn't talked like a lot of us with old friends since 2019 pre-COVID, that moment where it was like those guys that think they can heal you. And I was like, wow, because I was able to be junior is what I'm saying, type things. So, and being able to talk to him, the week has gone into a different mode of my life to back to some normalcy. I'm very proud to say. The next day, this is kind of funny since we love funny shit. We've all had friends that have called us that have got a buzz on, right? We've all had. I'll keep the F-bombs minimal here, Heiko and guys. But anyway, so this friend calls me and he's, how the F's it going, Junior? I'm like, wow, man, I haven't talked to you since we did the freaking show there, the tribute to Phil Naro. And I said, yeah, man. All of a sudden he goes, hang on, man. What? I go, what, buddy? Hang on. I can hear his car door opening. It goes, hang. So we somebody got in his car. He goes, okay, talk now. And all of a sudden, you could hear now it's his wife going, "Oh my God, it's Junior! I love you, Junior. Hey man, what's wrong with you? You're not gonna die, Junior. We want to hear from you, Junior. What's happening?" Yeah, and he's going, "Yeah, man. Yeah, hang on for a sec. We're just about at the cottage. They have a cottage in Port Carling." And so they're just about there, and he gets out and he goes, "Okay, man, now we're going to talk fucking serious, man." I said, "Serious? What do you mean?" He goes, "How are you?" And I said, "Okay, I'm good, blah, blah, blah." So we get to that in regards to how I'm doing. And he goes, "Okay, well, that settles it, man." He goes, "First off, you're not going to fucking die, man. I'm not going to let you." Okay, man. And here's the other thing. He says, "Seeing how the week that you have your treatment is you have an off week, the following week is good. So when's your next treatment?" And I said, "Well, it's the 13th and 14th. He said, "Awesome. You're doing a show. You're getting fucking paid. I don't care what you say because you're not going to fucking die. So on the 25th, we're doing Judas Priest at the Rock Pile." And I went,
Good.
Right on.
Excellent. Absolutely.
Nice.
So I think I saw one of your posts about that.
That's
Junior.
great. Thank you for
is.
noticing that. So in my three's my lucky number. So I kind of go, okay. And this positive things are feeling good kind of this
good.
last
Mhm.
guys. So
You know what you got to do, and thanks for sending me your number. I will give you a call.
anytime.
And we'll
I'm
talk
not done on
about
my
some
stories
stuff
though
offline
for how
that's
things have
cool.
gone.
Yeah.
This is, yeah.
Well-
I digress, but I'll make the other one short. So my phone rings again. And so on April 16th, we're doing a great cause, you guys. I get hit up for so many. Not that I don't love them all, but anyway, it's people that rescue horses.
Okay.
Sherry Budd is her name, and we're
Oh, I
doing
know
that.
Sherry, yeah.
Yeah, okay. April the 16th at the Rock Pile. No surprise again. It's funny how full circle can happen. And then, of course, to confirm, April 28th at the Rock Pile, of course, with Permanent Waves. And two reasons I want to bring up this, and I'll end it on this. And I so appreciate always the time that I can plug these lovely people that I'm associated with, guys.
Yeah.
Today, out of coincidence, I want to validate would have been Phil Narro's birthday.
Yeah.
First and
Oh, yeah.
The ironic thing sometimes about when things come around, and I am that person that sometimes you go, "Is this for a reason?" Anyway, I digress on that. April 28th, kind of a birthday jam with yours truly in mind. I'll be yet another click of the odometer. We have Permanent Waves and Phil Narro's son playing. James
nice.
Narro,
Cool.
James
Very cool.
Narro is playing. It's called Narro and Leighton, the actual names, the duet. So there'll be a special guesting on the bill at this point.
Yeah.
So the threes came around. So guys, and now
Right on.
you're kind enough, thanks to your co-host, Mr. Ringo, and you lovely gentlemen, you have me on here again. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
As long as you keep your clothes on, we'll keep inviting you back.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, that's our first criteria. But
Wait, thanks for the time.
just before we move on, Akuma here from Twitch.
Yes.
Twitch
hi,
man
Kuma.
says, honestly, I miss the days of CD players and Walkman. I'm literally not from that era, but I appreciate it so much than what we have now. And it's funny you mentioned that. The minute you mentioned Walkman, that takes me right back to when I got my first Walkman. It was so exciting because my first Walkman wasn't even a Walkman. I think it was a Canadian Tire knockoff, but
Yeah.
finally got the real
Right.
deal. But it was super exciting because back then it wasn't about instant gratification. Now if you think of something that, just imagine something, you type it into Amazon, somebody's already built it, and you have it on your doorstep the next morning or same day now. So, but back then it was the anticipation of waiting. And then what was interesting was, okay, I didn't have a whole lot to fill it with, right? The Walkman,
Right.
I had a couple of tapes kicking around. So I joined Columbia Records.
We all did for a penny.
Oh, yeah.
We won penny. Yeah. So I got a bunch of tapes in, and my first bought heavy metal tape was actually.
Do you remember what the first one would have been?
So it was anvil, metal on metal, right?
You mentioned that one other time. Okay.
Yeah, and then eventually in my music career and everything, I got to share the stage with Anvil
Yeah,
quite a few
awesome.
times. So,
But you know what,
But-
Ringo? You're not famous until you find your fucking CD or cassette in a secondhand store, right?
yeah,
So if you go
Yeah.
into a hawk shop, you got to go into a hawk shop, and you got if you find your band, your Motor City Maniacs in there, then I'll
Yeah.
then consider you famous.
I think so.
Nice.
That or you'd never sold anything.
A flea market or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But it's true.
Bruce-
Like Okuma mentions the Walkman. That brings me way back too, because
That's
I used to actually I used to repair them.
Oh,
You were
I
one
used
of
to
those
fix one.
guys.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I
the
worked for the
batteries
company.
They never lasted. The batteries. It was bullshit.
No. Wow. That's all they had back then, right?
Yeah.
Didn't have everything
That aspect
rechargeable.
I hated that, but they were really cool.
But-
Well, they did it all.
Yeah.
I had rechargeable batteries and I had extra set always, so
Yeah,
I never had that issue.
of course you did.
But I remember them coming in and fixing them, and there was only 2 things ever wrong with them.
the belt.
Just 2.
Belts.
No, it was the headphone jack,
Okay.
would be loose.
Loose.
You'd have the sound going from ear to ear, cutting out.
That's
So I would replace the headphone jack, good as gold.
right. Okay.
And then the ones that you would turn on and there was no sound,
Okay.
it was the amplifier chip, and that was it. Just
So was
replace
that
the chip inside?
the inside? It was the solder that ended up letting go. Is that what happened? You were just
No, they would just for the headphone jack. Yes, the solder would let go because it's always
Oh,
wiggling, right? There's always pressure on the jack,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
yeah.
so it would let go,
Right.
and the amplifier chips would just fail, right? So you replace them,
So,
but they
Kuma,
were
thanks for the
solid
comment.
blue units.
You just
They were
brought
great.
us back to retro. When would that have been?
Yeah, but we are though, Ringo. Well, look at your birthday was last week.
The
We are
80s or
retro,
something like
so
that, right?
face it.
Yeah.
sir.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
That's why I said you guys on one of the shows, my hero, Steven Tyler, but I hate that song that he sings because every time I look in the mirror, all these lines in my face getting clear.
Yeah, clear.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I didn't write it, guys. Hey, George.
yeah. Walk a mile in my moccasins, mate. You know.
That's it.
Yeah. Murph sent some pictures.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Forward them on to me, Ringo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I haven't
that'd be
put them up
cool.
yet, Cliff.
You know, when we were talking Walkmans, we're talking cassettes at any point
Yeah.
now, or just discs. Okay, yeah. My first Walkman wasn't a Sony; it was a Philips.
Okay.
That was the first
Well,
one I
Philips
ever
was
had.
a pretty
There.
good,
And Murph
good
just said he had the
brand
cost
name at the time,
cost
too,
one,
Oh, the Cost. Yeah.
cost Walkman. Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I remember the first tape I got for it was Foreigner.
Yeah,
What tape was that? I can't remember now.
yeah. Murph is right. I had the Canadian Tire version, but I
Yeah.
ended up getting a Walkman at some point.
I just don't remember
Yeah.
what kind. Yeah.
I've still got 2 Discmans here in the garage.
You do,
2 of them.
yes.
Yeah.
Well,
So
as I
this
was
kind of
saying-
brings back memories. He's talking about our buddy Dawson. He bought the big JVC Big Power
Yep,
Ghetto
the
Blaster.
Ghetto Blaster.
Moonbox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
They were awesome.
so
Yeah.
loud and clear. But Dawson got it, and I guess through his paper route or whatever he was doing at the time, he bought himself a Tama drum set.
Nice.
And that guy had never
choice.
played. And we didn't know he was kind of a closet drummer. One night we went over and he had that JVC ripping YYZ from Rush, right? And
That's
and
real
they-
Morse code. You know that, Ringo?
what's that?
That song, that's real Morse code. Did you guys
Yeah,
know
I
that
know.
about
That's
that
for the
song?
Pearson
George,
Airport.
do you know that?
Which song?
That song by Rush, YYZ, that's real Morse code.
Oh, is it? Is that okay.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
We're talking Rush tune.
And what does it say? What does it say?
It means that, well, if on the
meet me at
airport, it
Pearson.
means YYZ.
Yeah,
So if they
YYZ
couldn't
is
talk to
Pearson
the
Airport.
airplanes, then Morse code, it means that Toronto Airport is what it means, to answer your question.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And whatever the actual blah blah blah, I guess does it spell Pearson? I don't know what the fuck it spells, but
Yeah.
Yes,
I-
Junior.
well, maybe Ringo would know about that Morse code thing. But what's that?
Yeah.
George?
No, it's yeah. I
But
mean,
that's what it is. It is Morse
oh
code.
yeah, it is, and it presented a real cool offbeat for drumming
Right.
and in the guitar parts.
Yeah, well,
Right,
he wasn't the professor for nothing, right?
Mm.
right. There you go.
Correct.
Talking of
So-
Rush, here you go, and retro. Here you go, June. Look at this.
Yes.
What's
that's
that?
right. I've got that right beside me over here. Funny coincidence.
It's the
You
very
have that
best.
too?
Now, moving pictures.
Yeah, moving
Yeah, but the mini album sleeve.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know what you're talking about though. There
Yeah,
were
the
good
mini disc.
promotional. Yeah, there's so many.
No,
cute-
it was bubblegum. It was
Oh,
bubblegum.
was it? Oh my
Oh,
god.
okay, that's cool.
Called Hit
So,
Pops. Hit Pops.
Murph reminds us of the Radio Shack Free Battery
Wow.
Club. Yeah, you go in once a month and get a battery.
Yes, that was another good look at. Oh my god, what a memory. Oh,
So,
nice.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Kuma's
it,
writing
though.
us a
Kuma
story.
says I'm a 94 kid, so I get a little bit of cool stuff from the 90s, but like I missed something special for sure. Overcrank valve amps. Oh, okay. Overcrank valve amps, amazing guitarists like Reb Beach, Steve Vai,
Joe
Joe
Satriani.
Satriani, which reminds me of Yngwie Malmsteen, I guess, playing the rock pile earlier this week.
Yeah, on a coincidence, I was just talking to Steve Hogan. It was sold out. It was packed.
Yeah.
It was packed. No cameras allowed, though. Do you guys know that way for his shows?
Oh,
Yeah. He's a little eccentric now.
Well, now.
Yeah, he's always been. Yeah.
Well, how do you stop cameras though with phones?
Do you know?
No,
Yeah.
not allowed. Should take it. No, security will take it away from you.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
You don't
Sure,
want
some people will be trying.
security there. Trust
you know,
me.
you can have your phone there and do your phone shit, but as soon as you pick your phone up to take a picture, then you're done.
Yeah, some
Right.
concerts are like that too. You know.
Yeah.
Not just at my favorite place, Rock Pile, but yeah, it was sold out. It was a good show. Steve was telling me it felt good to be back at it. I didn't go because I just couldn't make it, but outside of that, yeah, yes,
Yeah.
and honestly, and this is not to knock him, Ringo. You'll get what I'm saying. I've seen that before, and even when we know friends that have been sponsors for these guitar companies. I've seen like 5,000 times before by some pretty wicked people. So to me, it's not, and I'm not knocking him. He's phenomenal, but I've seen it 5 million times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? I can't say that I'm, I'm probably more of a Steve Vai fan or Eric Johnson.
I totally agree with that. Steve Vai's friggin' just a monster. What a
Yeah,
way to,
you know what,
what a
and
way
he-
to come out of the
Vai
friggin'
was
gate
such
when
an
they were trying to
innovator,
tell
right?
Van Halen to kiss their ass, man. To have Steve Vai do that. Not that we don't appreciate Eddie Van Halen. I'm not even saying that and go down that friggin' rabbit hole, but Steve Vai, what a friggin' wicked.
I'll tell you what was fun for me one time was like honestly, I have to say that in the guitar player genre, like I was a major Randy Rhoads fan, right?
How can you not? Anybody doesn't like him, their ears they're deaf. No point.
Right.
Nothing against the deaf people.
What?
Yeah.
Huh?
But I got to shake Billy Sheehan's hand one night and at the music hall. I forget what he was doing there, but yeah,
Really? Wow.
very I mean, to me, Billy Sheehan was the best of the bass players out there. Right?
I was just
You
almost picked my brain for half a second. What you just said there, I was going to ask you guys. You know something I've never done in my life that I can remember is ever put anybody in the category of the best. Reason? Just too many damn good.
Yeah.
I know it's just a sentence. Don't get me wrong, Ringo. I'm just saying.
No, I think
I was going to say that there's nobody that's the best.
The best is always relative, though, right? Like it's relative to your opinion. It's relative to
that's the word.
A foundation.
Some would say that. One example, though, and you've heard it for years, where they say, "Well, Jimi Hendrix was the best." Well, no.
No,
that's your opinion.
He was an innovator, but
what's ironic is, and I mentioned, I think even on your show, I was on Barstools and Band Talk, those guys. Anyway, and yet Jimi Hendrix said the guitar player, I can't remember his name. Maybe you can help me. In Chicago was a better guitar player than he was. Imagine that.
Yeah.
But he was a phenomenal guitar player. His name escapes my memory right now.
Mhm.
But in the band Chicago, Jimi Hendrix said he was a better guitar player than he was. Can you imagine
He
that?
was very good, and a lot of people didn't even know who Chicago is,
Yes.
or
I
or
have
they
to
go
say-
guitar player. They never listened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So
Hey, Ringo,
my
hang on.
modern day.
Akuma likes the Lemmy poster behind you.
Oh, thanks, Akuma. The, yeah, I've met Lemmy a couple of times. I was fortunate. I've been to probably 7 or 8
through the
shows.
Amble deal.
I actually went to the Rainbow to see his. They've got a big, kind of a cast of him, and got to see his chair where he gambled all the time. And yeah,
Really?
the Rainbow is a big tribute to Lemmy, amongst other famous bands like the Stones and the Motley Crue, and not to put those two bands in same category, but just through time, many bands. But one of my all-time favorite guitar players, and I hope he's listening, is actually Phil X. Phil's from Toronto.
Phil X.
Yeah, Phil X. That guy's just so amazing. And the first time I saw Phil live, he might have been doing a fill-in for Frozen Ghost or somebody, but
I haven't
saw
heard
him
that
there.
name in forever. The band Frozen Ghost. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And
Wow.
then I saw Phil he had a band called I think it was called Crazy Banana or something like that. But he was just a fabulous guitar player, and I can't say enough about it. Just completely an innovator. He reminded me of Eddie Van Halen a lot, but then he had that riffing ability that you'd see with just some.
Well, even in that
greatest
style,
guitar
I
players.
guess.
I'm sure he'd give Steve Vai a run for his money, honestly.
Wow.
But Phil X is playing with
I know who he is.
Bon Jovi, right?
So yes.
Yeah. So
Richie's coming back. They're doing that for nostalgia, I think. So
yeah. Well, I mean,
that's my
yeah,
guess.
maybe,
It's not official or anything.
yeah.
but
I mean,
it's got to happen. You know, it's gonna
Richie's
happen.
no Phil X. I'll tell you that. I mean,
No, and I agree.
Phil is amazing, but
But you know what though? But he's is he married to her? But anyway, he's definitely his girlfriend Orianthi is better than he is.
Yeah.
You know who Orianthi is?
Yeah.
Oh, she's hot as well. But
Anyway. Oh
yeah. Tonight we're talking about guitar player. Oh, she is. If you guys don't know who she is, George, look her up. Orianthi is
how do you spell that?
O-R.
Yeah.
Orianthi. A-N-T-H-I, and it'll come up. Orianthi.
Orianthi.
I'll look that up.
Yeah, she played with Alice Cooper for a while as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When I interviewed Alice Cooper when I was at K-Rock in Alberta, that's
I think I'd love to get Phil X on the show. He's just brilliant, but he considers himself a hired gun.
Do it.
Yeah.
So,
do it.
I wanted to see. You guys were telling me for fucking months that you were going to get the band. Hang on for a sec. It's on the tip of my tongue. Motor City Maniacs.
Yeah. Those guys.
Oh yeah. I remember them.
Told me about this band, and I'm not stuttering it. I'm doing that on purpose. And Ringo. So have you guys heard of them, by the way? Motor City.
I've heard of them. Yeah, I mean,
I unfortunately got
fact?
to see them live a couple of times in Oshawa.
I've seen them live.
Oh
my god!
Yeah,
I think they're like fucking hiding like the banana splits or something.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what happened to them. Like COVID hit and the bar closed, and they vanished. Like, they're gone.
They might be a retread band.
If they come back and play, they're definitely a retread band.
I heard that the singer from that band is crazy about Starlink, so I think they're going to get together with Buddy and they're going to go play on Mars.
I heard
that'll be the next time Motor City Maniacs.
I heard a rumor he'd bought property on Mars. That lead singer.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
See, told you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Akuma, if you ever get a chance to go to the Rainbow, it's on the Sunset Strip. It's kind of near the Roxy, down by the Panasonic needle or whatever. But it's amazing. I mean, if you're into 80s, 70s, 80s nostalgia, all the biggest bands on the planet have been through there. Some of them have carved
It's
their
a
name
real
on
awe moment just walking through, Ringo?
What's that?
It's a real, like, one of those awe moments just to walk through.
So my daughter and I were there, and we spent 3 hours in
That's
there,
amazing.
and,
Really? Wow.
absorbing everything. And I've got a video somewhere of it. I should play
Some of the hard rock cafes are like that, as you know, as well. The one in Niagara Falls is beautiful that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I think our version of the rainbow would be the rock pile.
Really?
Because
Well,
a
not
lot of bands,
right now because they've been taking stuff off the wall, but yes.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
but the fact that a lot
All the
of
nostalgia and all that, you mean?
no, not so much that. It's just a lot of original bands have come through there,
Oh, I
cut
see.
their teeth, and and then big time artists have flown through there, and it's like it's a place to play that is accepting, always accepting not just live music but original acts and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I would put them right up there with it, actually.
Nice.
Friendly staff as well. So this just in, boys. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Hey, folks, it's time for George's backside, my favorite part of the show. So sit back and have a look at his backside. And you can catch George out in the clubs, DJing, that's right, flipping those discs, and whatever else he does. But hey, right now, I just want you to focus on his backside and come up with some answers.
I have no shame, do I? Every week I get my backside out.
I know, eh?
I don't know what people think of me,
You dirty bastard.
It's funny, actually. When you mentioned Jimi Hendrix there, it's like I found a picture. I think it was actually Engelbert Humperdinck that posted it of his, and someone shared it.
All
right. And it's a picture of Engelbert Humperdinck.
Yes.
One of the Walker brothers. I don't know if you remember who they were. Cat Stevens and Jimi Hendrix all sat, because it was a tour that they actually did in 1967. Right, They did like a package tour around the UK.
Yeah,
that diverts, right? But that would have been the first concert I ever went to, and I remember telling my mum at the time, I said, I'm going to go and see. They were playing at the Odeon in Manchester,
right? And
I knew how to get there and everything. I was 14 years of age, right? And she knew I liked Cat Stevens. It was Cat Stevens that I wanted to see. Cat Stevens. And this was in his pop phase. He still had the suit, and the girls were screaming for him and all that. Yes. And I told my mum I'm going to get a ticket and go and see him. And that's very nice. That's very nice. And for some reason, I mentioned, like, when I was going to go to the box office, I'm going. He said, "Yeah, because the Walker brothers are on, Mum. They're pretty big. Blah blah blah." And Jimi Hendrix is on the bill, and she's got,
wow.
And I went. She said, "Jimi Hendrix? You're not going to any concert with Jimi Hendrix?
No.
Do you know the people that follow him? I'm not having you mixing with that
because
crowd."
of the drugs.
That was it. She said, "No way you're going." Yeah.
And so you didn't?
I didn't go. No, I didn't go.
Oh, shit. You could have divulged too much. And oh, my God. What
I know.
You divulged too much.
Wow.
Pardon? What was that, Heiko?
You divulged too much information.
Well, I'm just saying, right? But anyway, Cat Stevens, that was 67, and that was like the April. I've still got a little poster from it. And
oh, you do? What a little memento. Great.
Yeah, from the Odeon Theatre on Oxford Road in Manchester.
Wow.
And but about 3 months later, in the July, a friend of mine used to get tickets for like going to a thing called Pop North, which was like the BBC radio, right? It was before Radio 1. It was still called the Light Programme. And they would have like these, they would record these sessions at the Playhouse Theatre in Manchester. And a friend of mine, his auntie worked there. I think she was a cleaner or something, but she used to get tickets. And I used to go and see all these different pop acts at the time. And that's where I saw Cat Stevens for the first time, like that. So I didn't feel too bad, but yeah, saw him in the end, and then I've seen him lots of times since. But yeah,
wow, that's incredible. I never have. I'm envious. Cat Stevens is a pretty wicked mark in music. But anyway,
yeah, my hero. Yeah, I mean, just amazing. He's the guy who actually did walk away for 27 years.
I know the story. Very well. Yeah.
Unbelievable. I mean, you know, a lot of people go, oh, I'm going to leave the business, and
Yes.
he sold up everything, gave it up, gave over his rights, and
religion,
went away, and then came back and said, and I got the feeling when I went to see him, like,
because he needed money. That's why.
Well, yeah. But you got the feeling.
Come on, Cat.
Yeah. You got the feeling like he'd been there and back, and he'd got the T-shirt and sort of went. To me, the message I got from that was, it's not all that great to do that. You know what I mean? It's all very well having your beliefs, but you got to wait up a bit better than that. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. No. Definitely a huge influence in music. I always love Cat Stevens for sure. Yeah.
And it's funny here. I just want to say, Akuma. He just wrote the thing. He says that nothing beats some Nuno Betancourt and Zach Wilde. So, Akuma, have you ever seen a band called Generation Axe? Yes. Because Nuno Betancourt, Zach Wilde, they're the 5 world's greatest guitarists all play together at the same stage. It's incredible.
I see. Yeah, I see. You brought up Dream Theater. He's a friend of mine. He lives just a couple of miles from me, by the way. The lead singer from Dream Theater, Mr. LaCree.
Right on.
Yes. Yeah. He was a drummer before he became a singer.
Oh, really?
A drummer, really?
Yeah. And he auditioned. Actually, it was quite a few. I forget. I don't want to exaggerate the list, but it was something really crazy, Ringo, from a singer's point of view. It was as high as like 500 people that auditioned for Dream Theater, and James got the gig, of course. So yeah. We'll talk one other time there about. I'll share a Grammy moment about that James shared with me. Another.
Oh, right on.
We'll talk about it.
That's cool. Yeah,
it's so really funny.
Akuma, look them up. Akuma, look up Generation Axe. You can see their stuff online. You're gonna love it.
I agree.
Go ahead, George. We need to see your backside now.
Here it is, kids.
Holy crap! Look at them eyeballs.
The Twilight Zone. Oh my God.
Hey, I'm thinking Kathy, I'm just gonna miss the backside.
Oh no. See if I can get this glare off here.
We got to have Kathy on because she's our hero.
I can't see any of that.
Oh, there she is. She's sniping.
Kathy says Queen.
Wow, she says Queen right off the bat. Boom. That was quick.
I was messing about there, was she?
Hey, this is like The Price is Right. God. Is this the first
time?
Hole in one.
Nice.
It's a homer.
I gotta ask.
Nice job, Kathy.
I'm gonna hear about that.
I gotta ask. Is this the first?
You know what? She's not saying a word.
Guys, isn't it that the
Murph
first
and Akuma have got the floor.
Got it right
for like the last half hour. She comes in, says hi. Bon Jovi has some wine, and then takes the backside in the first friggin'. And I thought she was gone.
Bam. No, she gets the super big fat star for that. Like no one's ever like bam, first guess.
I don't know. I could have to start investing into T-shirts or something, brother, or coffee mugs.
Yeah, we should get something.
I believe it or not, I just found a guy that'll do shirts for me. So
yeah,
I gotta get some sponsors rolling. I found a great guy. Holy shit. Yep.
Well, it's not even you know what? It's not even about sponsors. Even if you had a few type deal, right? That sponsors, don't get me wrong, but those that would be willing to purchase them will cover your cost. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's a merch thing, right?
Well, you're not trying to make money off it, so trust me, you can get your covered.
I don't want to make money off. I just want it out there, right?
Just like when I do my show, you guys are going to buy my swag. So
there you go.
Support. No, getting back to your show, but anyway,
as long as it's cool,
I think that would look really cool. Honestly, either on just the name, it would look cool on a T-shirt. A Heikadelic.
So Kathy, I guess, wins a T-shirt whenever we.
A whole week it took me of research to find that, and boom.
What's that?
First guest gets it. You know.
Yeah,
a whole week that took me.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh my God, really, George?
No, not really.
I can't show you the logo because I'm on my phone, But you know, like our business cards, they have the microphone, the Heikadelic show, and it has all those crazy colors all behind it.
Mhm.
Yes, yeah.
The guy I was talking to, he said that should be on a white shirt, not a black shirt, so you don't lose all the detail and stuff.
All right.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
No,
So I'm
I'm
thinking of
serious,
maybe.
brother. I think that would look cool on a t-shirt. I'd love to wear one.
All right. I think it's going to happen this year.
Right.
You could even
Because we
make
got
it
some big stuff.
Heikadelic.
Yeah, because we got some stuff going too on at Country Stop Burger this year.
Oh, did you
We,
talk to the boys? What's going on? Do we have a show or what?
Well, it's being arranged. I've spoken with Danny about it,
Yeah.
and he's pretty cranked about it. And he can get a stage, like he can get
All
a
right.
trailer.
All right.
And
Okay.
if need be, we have to bring in a generator, right?
That's easy.
And it's just putting the musicians together or whatever we have going.
Yeah.
He also, Ringo, you mentioned, I mentioned it to him about bringing all the Army boys in with their vehicles. He was like, oh my God, fuck. He loves that idea.
I think that would look
So
really cool.
I will park some out front, we'll park some out back, and come on down. I think it's a great idea.
You have my
So talk to your boys.
Guys on the show, and we'll
if you
I
want,
do.
OMV president or something. We'll see if they would want to come on, and we can get them out there. They bring tanks and stuff up, right? So
and we could do a recording from the Heikadelic show while we're there.
That's right.
And we can air it, and it'll be fantastic.
My show will be to air then as well.
Yeah.
So we'll have you.
And we know the food's going to be fantastic.
Oh, do you think so?
Oh, speaking of food at Country Stop Burger, Danny and Michelle kind of told me that in May they're going to have another eating contest at the restaurant. Yeah, because remember we had the hamburger eating contest last year?
I remember you talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's a fabulous idea.
This burger was 2 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh, I recollect you show you guys.
And then once they put all the bacon and the cheese and the bun and everything, I think it was close to 3 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, how do you not puke your guts out after you try to eat?
Oh my
You know
God.
what? There was quite a few guys. I think there was 9 people that went for it. Nobody got sick.
Wow.
Just people stopped at different stages,
I
right?
need, it's not that it's bad food. It's too much food. So I want to make sure I get that straight.
Well, I think people understand. They go, oh my God, I am like fucking smashed full. I can't eat another bite or I'll throw up. And they stop.
Yeah.
And you stop.
Wow.
There's no sense in continuing because if you throw up, you're out of the contest, right?
That's why I never understood about the hot dog thing. I couldn't do that with but even more so. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's I remember the show. No, because that thing was huge. I remember the picture when you guys put it up when I first met you guys. And watching your show. Yeah.
So, it was massive.
And like I said, whether Ringo or myself, give Danny my cell number in regards to bands and what he wants to do.
Okay, for sure.
So Akuma, you're asking. So we're on every Monday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. So you were curious about when we stream, and we're live. We're not a podcast, so we are live.
Yeah, we're absolutely live.
Whatever happens. But I mean, if you want to promote the show in any way, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But
you better mention I'm just a guest here.
Well, you're more like a guest co-host, but it's
a regular guest.
Well, hopefully, because I'm hoping to be busy with my own as well, and then we're gonna also have you guys on my show. That's gonna be fun.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, that'll be all right.
It'll be on.
Maybe I'll come in as that guy Johnny Ringo that singer for MCM.
It won't be
if we ever find out where that band went, MCM, that'd be a cool thing to put on our show. That'd be like,
if you find out,
You know what?
That'd be like, oh my God, folks, they're back.
I wonder.
So the new band I've got, Jam Pilots. We rehearsed successfully last Wednesday.
Oh, good to hear.
And it's sounding really, really good, I have to say.
Nice. How's your voice doing? You sound better than last time, Ringo.
Oh yeah, I was I inhaled a bunch of dust on a.
Yeah, you did. I remember you saying, yeah.
Yeah, so that wasn't good, but I'm back at it, and no, it sounded good. We were talking about really good guitarists, and I think Ian Meredith, our guitar player for Jam Pilots, he's pretty good. He's lightning fast. He does all these crazy sweeps, and but it's funny. We all have our aches and pains, and Lou, our bass player, is the bass player in MCM actually. So him and I have known each other. We were trying to figure that out the other day, and he said, we've probably known each other for over 30 years now, right? So, but Lou broke his shoulder.
Oh no!
Oh shit!
And I think he's got he broke it around the same time I broke mine, I guess. So he's recovering from that and a bad knee, and I think I've got a bad knee, and I've got I broke my shoulder.
Holy shit! You guys are getting old.
That's about a year ago now, right? It's about this time last year, wasn't it, Ringo?
So get this, at rehearsal, Ian's got a problem with his leg, so he's sitting on a stool. Of course, our drummer's sitting on his drum stool. Lou's sitting on a stool, and I have never rehearsed or done a live show sitting down. Never.
I couldn't.
But I sat down. I had one of those professional, chairs that you use for gigs and play acoustic or whatever from. So I sat down.
More upright.
More upright. So I sat down, and I'll tell you, it was probably one of the most comfortable jams I ever had. So nice. And I was playing guitar and singing, and it was good. So I said, guys, we could do this live, and it's kind of like almost like a very casual, show, and
like sitting around the campfire.
Yeah, sitting around the campfire. But
hey guys,
it's gonna go, but
what?
I didn't get to use my buzzer tonight. I'm very upset. I didn't get to buzz anybody.
Kathy shut you down.
Kathy was
shut me down, but I tell you what. I don't know if you're interested. I've got a mystery voice here that I'm prepared for moments like this.
All right. Oh, okay. Let's do that.
Do you want me to play a mystery voice?
Okay. Hell yeah. Do it.
Right. There you go.
Geritol Gems.
Hopefully this will work. Geritol Gems. There you go.
Is she
George's Geritol Gems?
She's making fun of my band, is what she's doing, instead of the Gem Pilot, the Geritol Gems, because we're all sitting.
That's a triple G right there. GGG.
Let us know when you're going to fire
Geritol Gems.
That used to be my record of the week, George's Gem. Now it's all right. Here we go. Hopefully you can hear this. See if it works.
All right, let's hear it.
All right.
And half that record is cover tunes. And
there's a lot of criticism about that. Why weren't you guys writing more music? Why aren't you being more creative?
That's why I built Studio, because I would rather bomb with my own music than be the world's biggest cover band, so to speak. So I built this place, but it was illegal.
There you go.
That voice.
Wow.
Shit. I know who that is.
Could you hear it okay? I wasn't sure what it sounded like. Yeah.
Shit. I know
so
that.
If anybody out there knows that, I'll play it one more time. We can move on and see if anybody or Junior can have a stab at it. Here we go. Hang on.
And half that record is cover tunes. And
there's a lot of criticism about that. Why weren't you guys writing more music? Why aren't you being more creative?
That's why I built Studio, because I would rather bomb with my own music than be the world's biggest cover band, so to speak. So I built this place, but it was
illegal. Not Eddie Van Halen, is it?
No, I think it's somebody from Leonard Skinner, for some reason.
Ringo, you're doing my head in. All right, I'm going.
Wow.
That's Geritol Gems for you there, Kathy Hart.
There you go.
There, you can't win. Are you starting to feel old now, George? There's no trivia.
I'm getting a complex now. I'm not on next week.
No buzzer tonight.
No.
I know. No damn.
Wow.
They used to have these, George. Have you seen these?
Oh yeah. What's Canadian? What's on the back?
It's for at the bar. So there's trivia. So it says,
the
number one question here says, who recorded Against the Wind in 1980?
Right.
You know who it is?
Do I have
So
to
it
answer?
wasn't Bob
So
Seger.
who
It
recorded?
was. Yeah,
Who
I think
recorded the song "Against the Wind" in 1980?
I'd go for Bob Seger on that.
Bob Seger.
Bob Seger.
Mm.
Who recorded "Babe" in 1979?
Sticks.
Yeah.
Tommy James, and
Shondells.
Donnie and the
Donnie.
yes, and
Donnie,
the
not Danny. Oh,
no,
Donnie.
not Danny. So
Donnie
anyway,
and the
they
Osmonds.
had all these trivia's on there. There's a few of them. They were pretty
Donnie
cool.
and the Osmonds. Who
Yeah.
was the Donnie? Good. Half
More
a
of that
point for that,
swag
Heiko.
shit there. We could do it all night with the amount of swag we all have.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
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 But I'll tell you what wasn't answered weeks and weeks ago. A very, very tenuous link between me and Crosby, Stills and Nash. No one's actually quoted that one yet.
No, that's right. It's still
Yeah.
open-ended. Yeah.
It's very tenuous, but it is there. There is a link.
Tenuously tenuous.
You just have to like figure that one out, kids. That one rolls over week after week.
So
Yeah,
that was
yes.
that, by the way, was a very young Eddie Van Halen, right?
Yeah, it was 1983.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
and he built a studio that was against the bylaw code and everything, but it was supposed to be a basketball court, right? That was a studio.
And it was a studio.
It was a studio. They were asking why we had all these thick walls and all that. He said, "Well, I don't want to upset the neighbors with the ball bouncing."
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
noise coming
that's
from
cool. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, why not,
Yeah.
right? You gotta get out there. You gotta get through stuff. You gotta get past all the crap.
Yeah, yeah.
And like you said, you didn't want to be, the big cover band, right?
Yeah,
He wanted his own. You want to do his own stuff.
That's right. And look what happened. Yeah.
Oh God, did
Unbelievable.
Junior freeze or did he fall asleep?
Yeah.
He's falling asleep, frozen.
No, I'm sorry, guys, because I got these shows going on. I got people. I was a photographer calling me today.
Yeah.
Dave Dixon. Hi, Dave. I wanted to say hi to Dave. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah,
These people are
But you know what?
calling. These people.
Earlier on, we were talking about drummers, guitarists, who's
Right.
the best,
Mhm.
all this stuff, right? So I never, like you, Junior, I never say who's the best. I say who's your favorite.
Hmm.
So who's your favorite drummer?
for me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too easy. Neil Peart.
Yeah.
Neil Peart,
Deep
a Rush lover.
Yeah, I even remember when air guitar and all that shit was popular, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I won a contest doing the song 2112 before I tried playing drums. So no, that was part of the whole thing, guys. It was a Fly By Night album, and when I heard a drummer that played like that, it was like, what in the hell was I listening to?
And see, Kathy says Dave Grohl, right?
He's a phenomenal drummer too. Like Neil Peart, like Dave Grohl. I like that Dave Grohl inducted Rush into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. If anybody should have, I'm glad that they did. I wasn't even much of and I'll be honest with you, at that time, a whole huge Foo Fighters fan. Say that fast 5 times, but anyway, I become a huge fan. But look at Neil Peart, and only because as well, look at his respect came through Buddy Rich and how phenomenal he was. If you've ever seen him do Honeybee, it's called Buddy Rich.
Buddy,
a man that his hand, you can't see it, and it's not trick photography.
No,
his hands are, they look like they're friggin', I can't describe
fluid.
it.
They're fluid.
It's so fast. It's incredible.
See, this is where I was going with this, because I always loved seeing the live bands play, and I loved the best part of the concert was the drum solo.
Your drum solo. All right.
I got into drum solos. There's some incredible ones out there. So I started searching on the internet sometimes when I was just alone having a couple of drinks, and I'd watch drum solos, right?
Yeah.
And I started doing that too. I go, who's the best drummer? Who does the greatest drum solos?
Sure, yeah.
And I stumbled across this guy, and it was like an old grainy video, Buddy Rich. I go, who the hell's this guy? who's this guy?
Really?
And
Wow.
I started watching. I go,
Yeah.
holy shit! And like you said, he is so fast.
Yeah.
And one of the things that impressed the shit out of me, he would go to parties. You know, he'd be invited to a big bash in some big hall, and he had drumsticks in his back pocket.
He didn't even have
And
to
he'd walk in the room,
That's right.
and
Yeah.
he would pull the drumsticks out, and he would play the room.
That's
He would
right.
just start
The
playing
walls,
pillars and
whatever.
walls and vases and stuff, and everyone
Look it up,
would
George.
stop.
Buddy Rich, what it's called, the Bee or Busy Bee or something, to see what.
Yeah.
He was
And
definitely one of the geniuses for sure. So yeah.
I say, even to this day, Buddy Rich is the best drummer ever, because he played drums in a time where there was a 5-piece kit.
Yes,
Right?
Timekeepers.
You
yeah.
imagine him. You imagine him on one of today's drum kits.
You saw this video, George. Punch it up.
He would
sometime.
blow
It's
your mind.
It is inhumane.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, as soon as you said who's the best drummer, I thought, well, Buddy Rich came to my mind straight away, because I
Nice.
can remember him
Yeah.
back in the early '60s when I first
Sure.
started listening to music. And
Hands
I thought,
down, he's
for some
he's
reason,
the
like
best
Buddy
drummer
Rich
ever.
just went off in my head. You know,
Yes.
Guys,
but he's not my
Yeah.
favorite drummer, but like I just thought that would be my answer.
I think
Yeah.
his style is what the issue is more than anything.
Yeah.
Is what style is that? So to speak,
Yeah.
other than big band and
Yeah.
so on. But yeah, it's
But-
a tough word in saying the best. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
I'm
but
gonna
look what he had. Look what he had to work with, and that's
Yeah.
why I say this. I
Yeah.
said, if you would take one of today's drum kits and put it in front of him,
Mm.
I could just dream of what would come out of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? They never had that.
Who is that, Ringo?
What do you got here for us, Ringo? Who's that? Looks like a guy from
This
What
is
Dave
the
Grohl
Attack
Rev.
of the Nerds.
Doing triplets and parallels. And
So this is Jimmy the Rev from Avenged Sevenfold. So he
Okay.
passed away a few years back, but
oh,
he's in my opinion, like this doesn't hold a candle to what he you know, like he's so versatile. And I'm just trying to think of, you were talking about Dream Theater and the drummer for Dream Theater
he's
at one time.
phenomenal as well.
Yeah, he actually. So when the Rev died, oh gosh, what? Oh, it'll come to me. This guy's like a world famous drummer, but he replaced the Rev to finish off the, you know, some of the album that they were working on. But
Oh, I see.
this,
Okay.
this kid, young kid, just absolutely amazing. See if we can get a little bit better. Anyhow,
Yeah.
so yeah, he was cut short, unfortunately.
Mm.
Wow.
Musicians.
But that answers the question with regards to drummers. That would be mine as far as that goes.
Yeah, Neil.
drumming,
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It definitely. And then, of course, me getting to spend some time with his teacher and becoming a friend of his before he passed away, Don George, that was quite special.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was very touched by that.
But Neil Peart, he had two other amazing musicians with him, and a lot of people can never guess that was a 3-piece band.
It's always been
sound. The
It's
sound
ironic
they
that you put
have
it that way,
is
Heiko,
incredible,
because
right?
even in the even in the like I say 30, I think it's 33 for sure, but the 33 times that I've seen Rush in concert, you're almost looking for that fourth and maybe fifth member. So well, you are to see a guy, and Ringo, you can appreciate this. You know what I'm talking about. To be one hand on the bass, one foot on the synthesizer, one hand on the keyboards, and sing at the same time. You're like an octopus. You're like an octopus of God. I don't know what. Never mind. What's it called, Ringo? When there's a name for it when you are playing on guitar and you are strumming and you are doing the lead at the same time. There's kind of a name for it, if I understand this.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah, side octopus.
That kind of yes. Well, but yeah, this is why I was such a huge fan. Those that didn't like him because of the vocals, I get that. But look at for a three-piece band. I still to this day, guys, I'm still looking for a fourth member.
Yeah. So Kathy's saying John Bonham, great drummer, and I don't disagree with that.
Again, that's I agree.
Yeah, I'm not a Zeppelin fan because they stole music, right? So I don't never really.
Well, I mean, I'm a bit like Junior's Rush, or my Rush is the Who, so I'd have to throw Keith Moon into the.
Of course.
Into the
oh my God!
You know what I'm saying about? So your version of Who is the best for you? Okay, got you.
Yeah, I'm saying like you. I mean, Rush are your band. You've seen him 30 odd times.
Yes.
Followed him since the beginning. I'm like that with the Who, right? And seen them probably around 30 times individually.
Have you really?
Oh yeah, as a band.
That is incredible.
The different lineups, solo tours like Daltrey solo tours, Townsend solo tours. Yeah.
Excellent. Wow, that's fucking. Really
I have all the records, all the vinyls, everything.
That young guy I showed the Rev, he was Mike Portney from Dream Theater filled in for the Rev. So Mike's known as one of the best drummers on the planet. So so it was sad.
And see, this is what impresses people. Like Keisha just put a great thing up there. She said, how about the drummer from TSO?
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't even know who TSO is. The Trans-Siberian Orchestra. They tour and they play Christmas music, right?
Yeah.
But they are an entire orchestra.
Yes.
Yep.
And what the drummer did in this show is they have the most spectacular. I mean, Junior, they have the best pyro and laser technology on stage I have ever fucking seen it of any big band ever.
I love that
TSO. They will blow your it's eye candy. Like I can't even tell you how good it is. It's incredible.
Right. Okay.
So they all split the stage. The drummer did a drum solo. It was a long drum solo, but it wasn't just him playing. Is that they had lasers and lights and strobes shooting out of that drum kit as he hit stuff. It was just incredible to watch.
Yeah.
And that's my daughter Keisha. I took her to see them live, and she'd never seen anything like it.
Yep.
And quite frankly, I haven't either in all the years that I've gone to concerts.
That would be Jeff Plate. From
Is that who it is?
Yeah, Trans-Siberian.
Do you know who were the first rock band to actually use lasers in the show?
Pink Floyd, I believe.
I think it was the Who.
No,
Really?
Pink Floyd.
Who?
Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd.
I have to double check that. Stuart's inquiry, but I think probably around the same time.
Who gives a shit anyway? It was pretty cool, but I'm pretty sure it was Pink Floyd.
Okay, I'll look into that. But I'm sure I read that somewhere.
Yeah.
I need to be told I was wrong at least once a week.
I know it. But Junior,
you're lucky.
If you ever get the chance, Junior, Trans-Siberian Orchestra comes to Toronto around Christmas time.
That does interest me because, like I said, I sold pyrotechniques one time. So I dig that.
So this is
you got to go see them play.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra with the lasers.
Oh, so these different drummers, let's remind everybody that they're in different categories. Neil Peart is a percussionist, not a drummer.
Yeah. Look at the size of that drum kit.
Incredible.
Could you imagine Buddy Rich playing on that?
He probably doesn't even need all that, though. Think of it that way.
I know, but look at it.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I've seen bigger than that.
Yeah.
Not in person. I'm just saying I have. Wow.
It's too bad the video is kind of crappy, but it's one of the most incredible shows I've ever seen.
When I sat behind Sam, who's now in a band, another Rush tribute band, no surprise, he has a replica of Rush's Neil Peart set, and he's into he's into like $65,000 worth of drums, because the whole kit, seriously. And I'll bring up a picture sometime of it. But anyway, it almost ends up being. Have you ever sat behind something like that? It's almost like, well, what the fuck do you do with all this?
Yeah,
kind of moment, you know. But
I sat on a stool once in front of a small drum kit, like a average, I guess.
Yeah.
And I did the same thing. I looked and I go, "Holy shit! There's so much stuff to beat on here. Like, how do you do it? You know?"
Junior, you're right. 1974, Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon tour.
Oh my God! Do I win anything?
Yeah, you win a T-shirt.
As soon as they come to market, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if Kathy was saying Keith Moon, because I think a lot of those famous drummers have, like, even John Bonham and Keith Moon and obviously Neil. They're in their own way, they were pioneers and trendsetters.
Oh,
right?
in that you're bang on, Ringo, in the style and everything. That's why I'm saying, like, Neil Peart was a percussionist. This is why they come up with the professor thing, because he didn't play drums. Whereas, like, look at Keith Moon. In his style, animalistic in a way, he was fucking like one of the best at that style.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then and so on.
Yes.
These guys were in this category. Whereas again, Buddy Rich, that style, I can't find the words, but yet when you can, like we're saying here, you're not just people, if they've never seen it, see him perform. When you just have a set of drumsticks and I can go through your living room and play everything in your living room, how much talent is that on the ear? It's not annoying you. It's clever. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Right, Heiko?
Yeah. Yeah. You have to go when you have some time. Just go online, guys. Go on YouTube or something and look up Buddy Rich Plays Room.
Yeah.
Just search it.
Yes.
And watch it. Because it's something I can't really describe to you. The guy plays the banister and he plays the walls and the pictures of the vase.
Billy B or Buzzy B that they call it.
He's walking through a room full of people, and he's playing stuff.
Yes.
But if you listen, you go, "Oh my God, this is just incredible!"
It is.
And that's why Buddy Rich always stands out to me.
Mm-hmm.
The new versions, the new kits where you have like a 47-piece drum kit and lasers. Yeah. TSO, like Keisha said, is the best thing I've ever seen, like, for eye candy.
Again, I'm just dipping into the mists of my memory and time, but I remember back in the late 60s, there was because I was aware of who Buddy Rich was a few years previous. So we're talking late 60s, and I remember Ginger Baker of Cream challenging Buddy Guy to a drum off. I don't know if it ever happened or he actually did it. I can't remember now. I'd have to really go.
Would have to look that up.
But I think I remember that. I think it might have happened. I'm not sure, but I mean, back in those days, it was on the internet, so I never saw it. But I remember that going on. That there was going to be a challenge.
I do recall the story, though, George. Personally, I do recall the story, but whether or not the drum off ever happened, I don't know either.
Yeah.
So
there was talk of it. I just don't remember exactly whether.
And there's really neat stuff that I've watched as well. We get a street drummer. Nobody knows who the hell he is.
Yeah.
And he's got frying pans and buckets and all boxes and all this shit all set up on the street. And he's sitting on a pail and he plays this stuff. And you listen and you go, wow, this guy is amazing.
Can you see
Right?
that?
What's that? Hold it. Okay. That's somebody behind a drum kit.
That's Neil, isn't it?
Can you
Lift
see
it
the
up
kid?
a bit and a little closer. Up, little up. Okay. I can't make out the face. It's kind of
No.
washed out. Who is that, Junior?
It's me actually.
Oh, is it
Is
you?
it really?
That's the kit.
Nice.
Ah.
Wow.
Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. See it then at the end.
Wow.
But yeah, it was just incredible. Like I said, I asked him, does he still have the same wife to spend that kind of money? That's a small house. Well, it was a small house at one time. It's $60,000 worth of drums, and he's only. I don't want to put it that way. He's not Neil Peart anyway, a tribute band. But either way, yeah, that guy. That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
Mm. So Okuma, if you're still listening, put that out, like you said, on your bucket list. TSO comes to Toronto around Christmas time every year. Could be late November through December. We've seen them on Boxing Day. There's actually, believe it or not, TSO, there's 2 bands. They're identical, just different people. And they tour because you'll have TSO playing in Toronto, let's say December 22nd.
Right.
And if you look online, TSO is also playing the exact same night somewhere down in the US because there's 2 bands. There's 2 bands.
Nice work.
They have some of the best singers I've ever heard. Solo singers, women, men. It's a show you gotta go see.
Wow.
Seriously, gotta go see. I took Terry Code from, right, George?
Yep.
Yeah, Tears of a Deity. I took him to see one of those shows.
Wow.
And he was blown away. He was like, I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
And he's been in music all his life. So if you get a chance, Junior,
remind me of that when it comes up. I definitely would be interested.
TSO.
Where do you used to play? Is it like Massey Hall, or do they play somewhere bigger than that?
No. They play the big stadium in Toronto, the Turtle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, the Skydome.
What I'm going to do this year? Yeah. What I'll do this year is my wife and I love to go. I've seen them 9 times.
Wow.
Crazy, eh? They're just that good. Like you have the lasers, you have the pyrotechnics, and they're on stage, and you feel the heat on your face. Yeah. They also make it snow inside the building. Like it's
wow.
It's amazing. It's just something you got to go see.
Okay.
It's what they do is they have albums that come out as well, so they have their music, but they're heavily themed on Christmas. And it's like the night before Christmas, they have a concert, call it, all about Christmas. And they do that first.
All right.
And it's a Christmas story. It's very, 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 very cool. And then once that's done, then they play stuff off their albums. So it's like you're seeing 2 concerts in one night. I
kind of like the concept. You know what? Really, it's something unique for a different style of show. Yeah,
my wife and I love to go. So we're going to go this year again. Yes. And when I find out when it is, I will definitely let you know.
Yeah, please.
And we'll talk about it on the show when the concerts are, and maybe we'll fill up a whole GO train and go down together.
Yeah.
There you go. Are you in the same area as they are?
Us and all our fans working our Heikadelic t-shirts.
I've not been on the GO train for a while. It'd be nice to get back on it.
Yeah, it's the way to do it. You go to Oshawa or somewhere.
Yep.
You jump on the GO train, and they take you right to the freaking stadium. You don't even have to go outside.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right. Yeah.
So instead of driving all the way down there, trying to park your car and walk around,
that's right.
Just take the train. It's way better.
All that negative shit that's been going on lately.
And I would see this as well. It's definitely worthwhile for me going down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We should do this. As soon as I hear about it, I will let you guys know.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy actually because the last time I went was just before COVID. It was like September 2019. Obviously, I went about 3 times to concerts down there. I went to like the I still call it the ACC, whatever it's called, Scotiabank, right?
That's right.
And they'd renovated it. Like that was the last time I went, and everywhere had the big, like, I guess you call them tarps, a scaffolding around Union Station.
Right.
And I knew my way around because I'd been so many times, right?
Yeah.
And then in 2019, I went down, and it'd all been renovated. And I got off the train on platform 23, wherever it was, and I thought, how the hell do I get to the organize anything? I'm
pretty
like,
easy, actually.
It is
it's
easy.
like, what the hell happened in here?
Yeah, I'm like, hang on, this looks a bit different from last time I was down here. And it was like, I remember going to like a Toronto Metro cop and go, excuse me, how do we get to, because sometimes you go out, you go out a door and you end up going all the way around to York Street, whatever. And you know what I mean? I know there's a quick way out of here, but it doesn't look familiar anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he said, no, I get a lot of that actually, because they just reopened it all right at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And because I was there about 3 months before and it didn't look like that. And I go, oh,
Well,
it's
what's
nice
kind
and
of funny,
shiny and
sort of,
sparkly.
in regards to all of it, and Heiko, you'll get this. It's the end of the line. You can't go any further. You're downtown, man.
Oh, you can. Yeah, you can.
Well, you can.
go
And this is what's so funny, Junior. I call Union Station. I don't call it the end of the line. I call it the center.
Okay.
Because you could travel all the way from our end, all the way down to Union Station.
Yeah.
But you could also go from Union Station all the way to Hamilton.
Yeah, Oakville and Hamilton. Yeah.
And my daughter did that. My youngest daughter, we were down, we watched the show.
Yeah.
And we walked down to the trains and we said, okay, see you later, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Because we were driving and she had to get on the train.
Yeah.
Yep.
She got on the wrong train. And I get a call at 2:00 in the morning. Dad, I'm in Hamilton. I said,
no.
Get a hotel room. I'm not going to come rescue you. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's great for BMO Field as well. You can get off at BMO Field. It's just next stop is BMO Field. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a GO train coming.
It's the only way to travel. It's brilliant, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
and what amazes me about it, no one checks your ticket. It's what's it called that? No one actually checks. I mean, they have this odd check.
Yes.
But I can't remember the last time anybody asked me to show a ticket once I was sat on the train.
Odd time.
It's like once you're through that gate,
somebody that checks tickets, but it's all
very
on
rare.
Your Honor or whatever.
Yeah, honorary system, right?
And you never see any of the. I know what the hell are they called? Ticket checkers,
inspectors, maybe something like that.
But
but it's still like that. And you think, this is how life used to be everywhere.
There's a little booth to get your tickets at.
Yeah,
but you don't need to go to the booth. You can get out of your car and walk right onto the train.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and go to wherever and get off, and nobody gives a shit.
Nobody would know. And then I've seen it where people don't have a ticket, obviously trying to get a free ride.
Yes.
And the only, what happens to them? They get asked to pay for a ticket. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
They don't. I've seen guys in the carriage, right? It'll go, I haven't got a ticket, and maybe he's genuine, but the guy checking said, would you mind paying like I think it was like $11 or something? He goes, yeah, I'll pay it. I thought, wow. I mean, how many people?
I didn't realize
that to me is just brilliant that we can still do that in this day and age, have that kind of a system. It does the heart good, as they say.
Yeah. I just want to say to our fan here, Akuma, he's been writing a lot of great stuff. It looks like he's into our show. Akuma, please keep watching our show live every Monday night. Stay in tune with us. And I will definitely let everybody know when TSO is coming back to Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to join us. We're all going to go together. It's a fabulous show.
You might live in Edmonton or something.
It would be great. Well, you know what? It depends how badly he wants to see me. He said it's on his bucket list. So that's pretty high up there on the bucket
maybe
list.
the Edmonton show might be a bit closer to where he is, Akuma.
Yeah, they don't always go that way. Toronto is, you know what? Sometimes I've looked. It's all down the U.S. used to go Toronto, Hamilton, back down the U.S. It's like, wow, really?
Did they do? I think they do more than one night, don't they? Or am I mistaken?
Wow.
Toronto sometimes they'll do two shows.
Two shows, yeah. So.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And they've even done like a 3:00 show and a 9:00 show.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Two shows in one day.
Yeah. Maybe that's what I'm. Yeah, I know they've done more than one show on. Yeah, in Toronto.
Before you guys call her a night, can I give these guys a plug for this next show coming up and call her a night and move on? Or are you guys
who the hell you want to talk about on our show?
Shameless promotion. Go on then.
Shameless.
Nothing wrong with it.
I just want to say,
I used to do
Junior,
it all the time. I used to do that all the time, Junior. Don't feel bad.
Junior, would it have anything to do with April the 28th, the birthday bash at the Rock Pile?
Nope.
Oh.
But you could tell us about that as well.
If you like.
Is it about your birthday?
Yes, it is. I hope you guys can make it as well. I really do. Well, of course, the 25th, it's Iron Priest that I'll be at that because that's coming up on March the 25th.
Yeah.
And then the next one's in line. Just the bands. I'm really respectful when these people do this. Is why I wanted to say this, guys. The people that donate their time. It's for those that are rescuing horses. So the bands that are playing are Harvest, Smoke and Mirrors, the Chicks Tribute, Show, Conspiracy, Ted Axe, Blues and Grooves, Revenue, Paris Black, Just Heart, Bitch and Brew, Jack B. Nimble, Max Brand Band, Andy Butler and the Diplomats, Night Danger, Atomic Tome, and we're having, of course, raffles and prizes and 50-50 draw. And it's hosted by yours truly. So it's coming up on April the 16th. And then, yes, the birthday jam is April the 28th with Phil Naro. Or rather,
so what kind of horses do they rescue? Any kind of horse, or is it like?
Well, yes, pretty much from how I understand. I'm talking with Sherry. Yeah, any distressed animal or has been abused out there in Ontario, I believe, is there. I'm sure they would rescue horses across Canada or wherever at this point.
Are they affiliated in any way with Jan Arden?
I can't say for sure, but as I said, these people are all affiliated in a lot of ways anyway, because I did mention to Sherry that I knew of a group that actually were rescuing out west. But either way.
Yeah, okay. So maybe they are somehow connected because Jan Arden, another famous musician, she is huge into rescuing horses out west.
Well, it probably is. I'm not even sure if Sherry would have checked in with me on that. But another night we can talk about this before the show because it's April. It's not till April 16th, if you will. So I wanted to give them a shout out because I think it's such a great cause. Most people love horses, and I'm one of them. So thank you for allowing.
We have 3 of them here.
Well, then I don't have to tell you. Yes.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Well. They're not all horses. We have a German Hanoverian, which is a massive animal.
Yes, they are.
And we have a pony, and we have a donkey.
Nice.
And our donkey, his name is Adolf.
Oh, okay. Wow. They're you now. While everybody laughs usually, but they're a unique animal in themselves, no matter what.
They are.
Yeah. Oh, big time.
I'll tell you one thing about ours. He's cute as shit. He's gentle as hell. Like even when they eat out of your hand, you barely feel him touching your hand. Like he's so gentle.
Yeah.
But he's got this creepy stealth mode. I'll be out in the paddock, and he'll be way over there, and I'll be doing something. And I'll turn around and go, "Okay, he's over here," and I'll turn around again, and he's right behind me, and it's like, "Geez, how the hell do you do that?"
Well, they've been given such a bad kind of, I don't know, because of movies or whatever, but it's funny how those are the ones that were used for going and getting gold and all those hard.
Yeah. And the one thing is, you will see this when you drive through the country, and I always ask this question because I thought, weird. You'll see a bunch of horses or a bunch of cows or a bunch of sheep. You'll see a whole bunch of livestock and one donkey. What the hell is that donkey there for? They are.
I think they calm the other animals down or something like this. There's something that they're there.
They are they're there for a reason.
Right.
And they are the absolute best watchdog you will ever find.
I knew there was something. Yes. Yes.
Look this up because this is shit, and I thought it was, so that's why I looked it up. A donkey can hear another donkey 50 kilometers away.
That's a long way.
So that just tells me, okay, they're hearing. They got giant ears. Their hearing is really good, and they're fierce. And I've talked to the farmers here that have them, and they say if wolves or coyotes or whatever come near the sheep or whatever,
I know now that you say this,
the donkey will fight like no tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, they are crazy watch animals.
I'm trying to think of one of the shows there that comes to mind that they have them up there for that. No, but I've heard this before. Now that you're telling me, it reminded me. Yes.
Yeah.
So, but speaking of that, I have to cut out early because I do have treatment tomorrow, so I need some rest.
Okay.
We are into after 11 here.
Good luck, buddy.
Yeah. Well, it's been going well. They today checkup. Got all the important things are looking good, and I don't care about it going public. It's about sharing and being the warrior and all this shit. But yes. So health wise, today very good checkup on all the. He said, I like the way he said. Let's see if you got a heart. He says,
Yeah.
So
did they at least have some good-looking candy striper nurses there helping you out when you go in for your treatments?
And honestly, that kind of thing doesn't even. My mind is not even there. I want to remind you, Heiko. Actually, one of the emails that I did have to deal with today, I just don't want to do that right now because I just got a lesson that happened with regards to. I'm still not done with it. And I have to go legal, so leave it at that.
All right, Derek.
Thank you very much, Derek.
Oh, look at there. Derek is on holidays.
Yeah.
And that guy
he misses
loves
us. That's what
so
it is.
much. He
misses me, man. You guys are assholes.
Stop it.
And he wishes you good luck.
Junior, before you go, you have to. Donny and the Who was it? Johnny and.
I'm sorry. Say again.
On your trivia, you said Donny. It's not Danny.
Oh.
I won't be able to sleep tonight. It's going to be bugging me.
Okay. Hang on. You know what? The answers are on this card as well. I hear you.
All right. You can't leave me hanging like that.
Speaking of sleep, Donnie and the Dreamers.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Who the hell are they, right?
I wouldn't have got that one. But anyway.
Yeah.
At least I know.
Thanks for tuning in, Derek. That's awesome.
Yeah, come down here anytime. I need to go get some rest, and we'll update you guys as usual. I love you guys to pieces, and all your fans keep listening to the Heiko Show. The new fans keep listening in. I'm just a guest on here, and Derek, you're on here. Yes, thank you very much, buddy, and enjoy your holiday. And we'll talk to you when you get back.
Derek's gonna smoke a big fatty for you, so you feel better tomorrow.
Brings it. Okay. See you in a couple of weeks, Derek.
Remember, more mile with a smile.
I'm back on next week. We'll. See how you're doing.
Junior,
awesome.
Take care, buddy.
All the best.
Thanks, Rigo.
Yeah. Woohoo.
Yeah.
Well, how are you guys?
Well,
you guys ready to?
I got to get up at 5. So.
Wow. It's not worth going to bed, Ringo. It's not worth going to bed.
This is crazy.
So I think I'm going to jump too. But
I got to
end the show. So.
Well, we'll. Thanks again, guys. You guys rock. You're the best co-hosts ever, man.
Okay.
I love it. So we have this thing.
thing.
Not sexual, it's just a thing. You know what I mean?
We got a thing.
Yeah, we got a thing.
We got a thing going on, man.
So and I gotta thank Kathy. You know, Kathy was number 1 today, but Kathy stumped George like nothing has ever happened before. He did not get to use his buzzer today.
And I tried it, and Ringo ruined my plan.
I know you tried to get the one up just to use that buzzer thing, and Ringo messed you up. Yes.
Yes, as I said.
So Kathy and Ringo, you guys get the big superstar because that's never happened to George before, especially not twice in one show.
I'm not really upset. I am.
So I want to thank our fans, Kathy, number 1, and Akuma, awesome buddy. Love having you on the show. Yeah. Please come back and join us again next Monday night on the Heikadelic Show. We'll always be here. And Murph and Keisha and Derek, who's way down south, on vacation in the sun and had the time to check us out for today. Yeah.
See you on
All
soon,
right.
Derek. All right.
Yeah.
See you guys next week.
All right, you guys. We'll see all you fans,
Take care.
everybody, next week right here on the Heikadelic Show. Take care.
Well, that's another wrap for the Heikadelic Show, folks, so time to get dirty. And don't forget, listen in next week on Monday night and every Monday after that for the Heikadelic Show at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the Heikadelic Show, please find us at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. We'll see you all next week on the Heikadelic Show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Heikadelic Show, it's easy. Just send us an email at info@theheikedelicshow.com. Meanwhile, you can browse our website at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. Click on our sponsor tab and find out more information on sponsorships. Thanks for joining the Heikadelic Show, fans.